Alright. I think we should be live. Everything should be working. Give myself a little test message just to check. Excellent. Okay. Good morning. I'm not going to jump into anything quite yet. I want to wait for the pre-automatic ads to start so I can do my little pre-roll spiel again. As always, if you want to just skip this little wait as well as my pre-roll ads, go ahead and scrub through the video to the end of the... where is it? To the end of this. Once this screen goes down, you are in good shape. Good, it is still running. Yeah, so as usual, I will be running that pre-roll ad of my own, just so that nobody has to deal with ads when they come in for about an hour, and hopefully they don't have to see them. Because that's the part that bothers me, is when I just want people to come hang out with me and they can't. That is tremendously frustrating for me. Ad starting soon. Just gotta wait for this timeline to recommit. There we go. Welcome back, Chaos. Thank you for joining, even if you did join with a fart. I'm just about to do my pre-roll ad here, so sit tight for a minute or three. Yeah, I will be right with you. And there we go. Okay. Hopefully I won't get an extended ad break after this, because I waited. Yeah, I'll be right with you. Alright. So, thank you for joining. I'm sorry that was such a delayed reaction. The ads are still a pain to manage. I'm not sure how I can make this better, but I'm working on it every time. In the meantime, thank you very much for joining. As I mentioned earlier, this is a pre-roll ad that I do at the beginning of every video. If I don't remember to delete it, you'll probably hear this, but I think with the duration, I will I will end up deleting this, hopefully. But if you're sticking around for it, go ahead and scrub for a minute and 55 seconds. That should end the ads. I don't know how I got through a minute of them just by stumbling through my words there, but we did. If you're watching on YouTube, I would very much appreciate a subscribe if you haven't done so already. It helps out tremendously, and it would be nice to have more friends find me. Come to think of it, if you are on Twitch, or if you would like to come hang out, I'd appreciate a follow there too. I don't do this to get rich and famous, I do this for fun, so more friends to hang out would be wonderful. If you're having trouble finding me online, go ahead and join the Discord. There should be a working link in both bios for Twitch and YouTube. And just to remember to be signed in before you click it, otherwise it'll take you to a login page anyway, and that will be a massive pain in the butt for you. The Discord is a really cool place regardless. It is full of cool people who say and do cool things, as well as channels for suggestions if you want to see me play certain games, if you want to help me decide what to play next, or if you want to have a look at my Steam library and have me prioritize something that you'd like to see. That's an excellent way to do it. There's also a countdown to when I play my next horror game, which hopefully will never come, but unfortunately I did promise I would when we hit viewer average thresholds. So if you want to see me scared witless, that's an excellent way to do it. Let's see. Oh, I also recently introduced new channels for gaming with me. If you'd like to game either on or off stream, that's an excellent way to get a hold and we can schedule it out. And last but not least there is a special stream alert channel for if I upload a new video or start streaming. So back to main chat. Thank you for waiting. I'm sorry for the delay, Chaos. You just got an ad because I tried to do the manual 3-minute ads. But if I do them too early, then they tack on an extra like minute or 2 minute of schedule ads after that. And I don't know how to fix or change that. So I'm just struggling to manage the ads in general, and it's a giant pain in the butt. But thank you for being here, and I'm sorry for the delay. We'll turn off that pre-roll GIF. There we go. How are you doing today, my friend? Let's see here. Stream roll 1. Yeah, that's right. Now that I've finally got my endless spiel out of the way. It feels endless to me, even if it's not. Also, I'm sorry, I'm going to be sucking on a cough drop for a while here. Both of them that you mentioned are actually multiplayer. The one-player ocean survival that I'm also playing is Subnautica Below Zero, and that one's during the week though. I do that one at 11 a.m. my time, so about 2 hours before now. Let's see, I got food. Do I have enough water? Yes, there we go. We are actually going to do anti-raft things for the moment, oddly enough. Because in order to progress the story, we need to start going onto this big island here, which won't take too long, but it will take a little bit of time to explore. And, oh right, I do need to make a new bow, because there will be wild animals trying to kill me here. So, planks and ropes. 2, 3. Where do I put my planks? Ooh, I don't really have a lot of planks left, do I? Uh-oh. There we go. As I said, I'm sorry, you will probably hear me sucking on a cough drop for a while. I had to go for a brain scan yesterday that nearly killed me, it felt like. No problem, Chaos. Thank you for being here anyway. I do appreciate the company. And, I mean, oh, okay, you're still working. I was gonna say, if you wanted to hang out and, like, talk to me, that's great too. I'd love to hear how your day is going. But if you're working, that would explain why that's difficult. That was an excellent use of a womp sound effect. I appreciate that one. Let's see. I need stones, plastic. Okay, that should be good enough for now. Maybe a little more, actually. There we go. Okay. And where was my bow? Because I was going to craft that. 2 more vine goo and a bolt. Perfect. Okay. So, what we're going to do is drop off the rest of this stuff that I don't really need in here. Actually, can't I make a bed too? I can. It did indeed get played at exactly the right time. It was quite wonderful. Good timing. Palm leaf, plastic, and 3 nails. It was excellent comedic timing indeed. Gonna do that. Put that away. And little bit more plastic. I changed my mind a little bit here because I wanted to... Ah, fun. So you're trying not to make them feel bad or like they don't have enough work. That's always kind of the risky thing, is when you start a new job, you're worried about whether you'll be able to last there, especially if not enough people are there to train you, or if it's a slow day, or whatever the case may be. Okay, well, have fun. Thank you. I shall be here talking to myself for a while, unless someone else joins. I think I'll just continue down that line of thought, though, because when it comes to new jobs, when I could still work more frequently, I was doing my job that I was trained for as a therapy assistant, and as a guy, like a male in a very female-dominated field, I wasn't usually hired for the full-time jobs very often, or like not for the permanent positions. I don't think... Yeah, actually, I never got hired as a permanent person, regardless of my experience, because the women in the field were the predominant force, really, as the therapy assistants, regardless of how much strength is actually needed for it. And what ended up happening is the women would get pregnant and need to take vacation, or maternity leave, I mean, and in exchange they'd need to hire someone for 8 months to a year to fill in that place. And so who better to fill in than a guy who is not at risk of getting pregnant and needing to take maternity leave? So I'd end up bouncing around all over the place, going from job to job, and I think the hardest part is whenever you go to a new job, at least for me, you're on the first day, the way I do things, or the way I am, is everything moves kind of slow, and I'm trying to take in so much new information at once that I end up feeling sleepy. Like, really quickly, I end up feeling sleepy. And by the end of the first day, I'm just absolutely exhausted from all the learning of like where things are and people's names and how things function. And then I have to do the actual job on top of that. And it's quite exhausting. Thankfully, by the second day, once I've gotten like the names and where everything is out of the way, it's a little easier. I just have to ask questions instead of constantly being told and having to remember everything at once. And then by the third day, I can usually start being actually productive. But that initial day of just complete chaos is always so emotionally and mentally draining for me that it makes me sad on the first day of a new job. As strange a thing as that is to say, because it's like, ugh, why do I even do this to myself? It's such a pain. I mean, obviously I do it because I need money. I think that's why most of us work, is because we need money as opposed to actually getting to just enjoy what we're doing. But we do what we must. As GLaDOS says, we do what we must because we can. And if you'll excuse me, I need to be quiet because I'm trying to bring down a bear. There we go. No, he's not dead yet. Why are there so many? There we go. Okay. Whew. I'm glad Doug's not here. I think she'd be very sad that I had to kill a bear, but in my defense, it was trying to kill me first. Also, there will be an awful lot of meat from it, so that's good. You shall sustain me for days. Just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to wear a bear helmet. Bear hat. Where was I going? I need a few more berries. I don't remember where I get them from. I'll find them. I think I need 5 total. Relay station 2, 4, 6, and a ranger station. So we'll go up to the east first. Isn't there supposed to be a little locker around here too? I thought there was. Maybe not. Either way. Relay station 2. We're going to head up here. I've gotten to work in a lot of different kind of unusual places over the years. Oh, I forgot to make a net. Which is not great. I probably should have. What does it take to make a net again? Planks, ropes, vine glue, bolt. I should be able to do that, I think. I think I still have a bolt somewhere. I really don't want to have to leave and come back for it. But we'll get what we can first, and then we'll look into more bees afterwards. I'm still surprised when I come up this way at just how vicious they made this section look. Alright, platforming and toxic sludge. Oops. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but I am mad about it. Like, you surrounded a camp of toxic sludge with spiked trees. Somebody gonna get hurt real bad. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Peter Sellers, I think. Was it Peter Sellers? There was a community, or not a community, a comedian by that name, I believe. I might be getting his name mixed up with an actor who was also a comedian, but there was this fellow who used to say, he used to have that as kind of a punchline to his jokes. He'd tell stories about his upbringing, and it was things like, whenever somebody was in trouble, my dad would never say who it was. He'd just say, whoever did this, somebody gonna get hurt real bad. And, what was it? And he said, and I was always just silently praying that it was my brother and not me, even though I did it. And my dad used to just love quoting that all the time. It was pretty entertaining, to be honest. He likes to latch on to humorously unusual things. And I'm on the brunt end of that, trying to recover from it.
3 months ago, my sister Astrid and I were put in charge of the ranger station on Balboa. We handled the bear population and kept the relay towers operational. The next shift was meant to start weeks back. But the replacements never showed up. Henry suggested that I start writing things down after Astrid disappeared, so that I'm not feeling so lonely anymore.
So that note is from another one of the characters we'll eventually get to meet. And I'm not sure if I should spoil that or not, but I think we're going to be finding it out anyway. And since I'm going to be more or less talking to myself for a while, the funny thing is that he's just kind of crazy. He's been here alone for so long that he's losing his marbles, and that will be revealed as to how while we're going through the rest of these notes that we find. But it's pretty entertaining to me to hear that happen, especially knowing that already. It needs a light bulb. And eventually you'll figure it out, but for now, that's about all I'll say on that subject itself. Another new note added. I think there's something else up here, right? There's a... yeah, some food. Which is nice. I will just steal his rations because he is not here anymore. I got the biofuel refiner, which is good. I guess I'll eat this. I don't know why I would eat this, but I'm going to. And I got a melon and a couple more baked potatoes. That's not bad. Because that's some good water. If you lived here, your house is gone. Alright. There are a few achievements to do with that, but I don't think we really need to do them right now. What I am going to do is... oh, berries. Good. I think I need 5 total. It might be 6. I don't remember exactly, but here's some more. Excellent. Grab them all anyway, it never hurts. The reason we need the wild berries is there is a bear population on the island, and particularly the mama bear is really strong and really fast and takes a crap ton of damage. I've never even managed to kill her, but I know it's possible because it is an achievement. Maybe once we're done with the main game, I can come back and try and do that. But that will be for afterwards, because it is just kind of a giant pain in the butt making that work. And really, you only get... is there an easier way out of here? There might be. You only get the cool technology towards the end of the game, the stuff that's actually useful and helpful, which means it's better to save achievement hunting and things for afterwards. Because all of the more difficult tasks become a little easier with the technology. That technology. I don't remember if I need jars for bees. I don't think I do. Relay station 2 and 4. Go away. Okay. You're using all of the bow durability that I need for Grace, you stupid bear. And a couple of my arrows have ended up underneath you. That's frustrating. Oh well. Not much to be done about that, sadly. I think bear heads actually turn into good biofuel. So I don't want to toss them away too flippantly. So, I don't know if anybody listening is a big alcohol drinker, but I have mentioned this briefly before. I don't get drunk. I like drinking alcohol every once in a while. And one of the things that I started doing some years back was I started trying to get into whiskey, because it just seemed like a much more reasonable kind of drink than a frat boy beer, you know? And, oh, that's Mama Bear. Okay. we're going to go out here. And I always struggled to find one that I liked. So for quite a while, I was doing... I gotta, like, get around her. There we go. So for quite a while, I was doing this brand of Scotch whiskey blend called Ballantine's. And it was pretty good, but it still just wasn't perfect. Like, there were parts about it that I didn't like, and I didn't really know why. And one day, as I was mentioning that I had tried a new whiskey on the recommendation of the store owner, like my local liquor store, that I found I didn't like what he had recommended. And a friend of mine that I play Helldivers with came through and he says, well, you know, they say that the... I'm going to put this here first. I might actually reorganize these a little bit. They say that depending on your palate determines whether you like whiskey or Scotch more. And this was complete news to me. I had no idea such a thing could even be possible. As it turns out, though, he was telling me that if you like savory foods, you're more likely to enjoy whiskey. And if you like sweet foods, you're more likely to enjoy Scotch. So last night on a whim, I decided to go out and try and get a bottle of Scotch. And here's the interesting thing, is even having said that, Scotch is still not really a single kind of thing, so much as the fact that it's made from... Whoa! So much as the fact that it's just made in Scotland and aged there. It is still a type of whiskey, just made with different ingredients. And the differences are like barley or rye or... like there's a couple of different types. Would you leave me alone, you stupid bear? Can you... Why are you still up here? So I went out and I had to talk to the shopkeep for a while to try and find something to try. And eventually I did settle on one. Okay, I can't go out there. Would you leave me alone, you stupid bear? I don't want to fight you right now. I'm trying to get back to my ship. To my raft. Go away. Leave me alone. You butt. Trying to tell a story here. Okay. Gonna try and get my arrows back first. Alright, man, I lost a lot of arrows there. So I did end up deciding on one to try, and as it turns out, yeah, I like Scotch quite a bit better. The sweet... It's not a sweet taste, but it's got a sweet smell to it, kind of like fruit. And it still burns the same way like whiskey would as you're drinking it. You can obviously water it down and make that go away, but the scent of it is much nicer to me. I have been greatly enjoying it. I've only had one glass so far, but if I were to liken it to something, it would be like not a martini, but you know the fancy drinks that girls will order at bars and clubs and movies, where they're all like, oh, I got a Neapolitan, or Sex on the Beach, or a peach razzle schnazzle, or whatever. I'm not really up to date on those words. But the very fruity, flavorful ones, that's what it reminds me of. And before I knew about this, that would be kind of what I lean towards. Even as far as wines go, I preferred the like pink ones as opposed to white or red in general because they were sweet. And I liked the sweet. In case of bear sighting, leave area immediately. Gee, thanks. How do I get back to my ship? I have forgotten where it is. Yeah, so long story short, I found out that I do in fact like scotch. It is very tasty to my palate. I may regret saying this, but it is yum yum in my tum tum. What a stupid thing I just said. Oh well. It happens. If I was smart all the time, I get the feeling nobody would want to be here anyway. I don't know where I can go to get back to my ship. My raft. It is somewhere, and I am not sure where. I have ended up on a completely weird side of the island. So we're going to go down here and just circle around the outside. I should be okay. I don't think Grace will get in my way too much. I'm still stuck in Subnautica mode where I'm trying to put my tool away by pressing the same button, because in Subnautica that makes you swim just a little bit faster. Here though, it doesn't seem to have that effect, so I'm just gonna keep walking with this signpost scrap sword out. And I need to find the ravine again, because this is like 2 islands split down the center. And if I can find that split, I can get through to the other side and back to my raft, which is the important part. And I don't think it's in here. Nope. There are little sections hiding around this island, like this scrap here. And if you're out of things, that's a really nice place to be able to pick up some extras. But it's also a good way to get overburdened with items that you don't need. I think there's a way up over there too, but I don't remember. I just know there have been times where I've been very thankful it's there, because if you run out of supplies, you actually need to just leave the island and come back later, and that is a massive pain in the butt. Because then you have to burn all the fuel if you didn't get the fuel refiner and stuff. And, yeah, big problems. No like. I think I can go through here, and this will take me back. I thought it would take me back to my ship. Maybe this just takes me back onto land. No, I think this will work. I just need to go a little further this way. But I am going to run up. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Good news, I found my way back. Alright, where are we gonna go? I am still hoping one of these days I'll be able to do a collaboration stream with some other friends. Grim Curio wants to play Raft, and Sailing Bandito would be wanting to play with me if we can ever get our schedules to coincide. We were supposed to play sometime last week, but my nephew called and wanted to come over and watch anime with me, and I was like, you know what? Yep, that takes priority over streaming, and so it did. I think it's pretty cool that my nephew enjoys spending time with me now. I have spent so long just kind of busted up in general, physically, that I didn't get to spend a lot of time with my nephew or nieces while they were growing up. So it is nice to me that we are able to make that happen now. I'm glad I get to be there. Mixes raw food and honey to create biofuel. Okay. So we're going to learn that. And I need a bee jar. But I don't think I actually need to make a jar. I think I just need the net. Yeah, see, there's not much I have left. We're going to study the leather. A backpack would be great. What am I missing? Wool, right? Okay, we're going to dump these blueprints off because I don't need them anymore. They're just going to get tossed aside. And I got to make that net right away. I'm going to use this to drink as well. Can I study a mushroom? I don't think I can. I cannot. Okay. I will leave this down here for now as supplies, and I'll have to come back to it later because I don't really need it at the moment. We'll put these in here. I need some more rope. I have lots, thankfully. That is the good thing about hoarding like this and like being prepared for different situations, is whenever you need to make something, you just have all the stuff you need ready. And that is so helpful, especially when you can only really gather items while you're drifting on the ocean. Let's see, gonna put that in there. I need the net. That's perfect. I'm gonna go cook the rest of this. And I'll probably start eating some of these baked potatoes. Gotta put some plastic away. I have enough of that. I think I might want to make a new bow as well, because I've been having to fire off entirely too many shots. So it's kind of broken, or like really close to being broken. And that's no good. So let's craft a little more rope. Because I can stick these back in there. Good. And I'll go dump the rest over here. Palm leaf can go down there too. Soon enough, I would like to make the compactor as well. It's just that before I have a battery charger, it is such a waste of resources because I'm constantly having to make batteries. And I can't justify that all the time. As much as I would like to. I really can't. Alright, I have nothing up here. Let's throw some of this goo in. Need that to start cooking. Let's see, what else here? Can we put the plastic away? I think I have a little bit more. Yes. The scrap metal goes in here. Ingots and hinges. And sand. I'll leave this food here too. While I'm down here, I'm going to refill my water. That'll be important. Okay. I gotta collect this goo. Excellent. And I should be able to make a new bow now. Grab some of this. Excellent. I'm gonna leave this goo and the rest of this seaweed behind for now. I should do something about that. Ooh, you know what? I can make more bricks. Let's see about doing that real quick. Clay and sand. That's a really good thing to do at the moment. Because I still want 2 more of these furnaces. I don't remember where I put them though. Bricks, bricks, bricks. Where are the wet bricks? Here there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm still just a little bit of sand short, which is unfortunate. But I can go put these up here. And I'll just leave them to dry in the hallway. 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm just 1 short of being able to make both of my furnaces now, which will be huge for efficiency. As it turns out, having the ability to craft multiple things at once is very handy. And sometimes you overlook that right in the very beginning of the game because you're so caught up in just trying to survive that it's easy to forget about efficiency. So whenever you get the opportunity, it's good to try and increase whatever you have available. Okay, so I have my bow, I have my planks, 2 bows, my net, arrows, my bushwhacker sword thing. Okay. And I do still have a little bit of food. Not a lot, but a little. I'm actually going to go get the 3 meat that are left on the grill up here. There we go. Just so that I've got a bit of a reserve as we go on to the island here again. Because I haven't done antennas 4 and 6 yet. And those are important. I would actually be interested at some point to see someone who's made a raft that could fit into this little channel, because this is the most annoying part. Not an annoying part of the game, but I think this is the only area that actually restricts you from coming in, like, pretty fully. So if someone made a raft design that was specifically able to come in, I think that would be pretty interesting. It might also be a giant pain in the butt, which could also be fun in and of itself. Okay, we're gonna put that up there. You go there. Probably put you there. And then maybe here for now? Yeah, that'll work. Alright. So as I'm going, I do need bees. I need to keep a very wary eye out for them, because they will be tremendously helpful in making fuel to keep the ship going. Station 4 and 6 are this way. There's actually, I think, a bird somewhere on this island too. Not a general, like, tweet tweet bird, but like one of the big ones that you can keep on your ship and get feathers and things from. Feathers and I think eggs as well, to be honest. but it's in kind of a weird place relative to everything else. So I don't find it very often. And I mean, on top of that, like, I don't have the net launcher needed to actually capture it. So even if we see it, I'm just going to ignore it for now. It's not all that important to me. Now, that being said, I'm pretty sure there's a tool. I thought there was something else that I needed to put away too. Like put away or pick up or something. And I think it might be down here. Oh! Yep, there's another bear. Go away, bear. Go away, bear. Go away, bear. Go away, bear. See, I'm not super familiar with the actual types of bears that they are, or that there are, but I know there are certain types that don't like confrontation and things. So sometimes what you do is, or what I've seen people do, is when they're not sure, they've just heard some random rumbling in the bushes, they'll come out and they'll be like, hey bear, and they'll just do a weird little chant like that for a while. And I guess the idea is you're making enough noise to scare the bear away so it doesn't try and come eat you. And I mean, I've never had to use that because I'm not an outdoorsy type. But I have seen people do it, or heard them calling it out, I guess, from time to time. It is not a tremendously common thing for me to hear because I'm not out in the wilderness like that. Which is probably for the best, to be honest. With my health, I am more of a snack than a survivor. I wish it was a snack for humans so that I was attractive to the females of the species. But unfortunately, I'm more of a snack for wild animals, as they will literally gobble me up. Not much to be done about that. Is there something written here? I think there is, but I can't see in the dark. And unfortunately, it's going to be a while until it's day. There is another helmet that I could build that would have a light on it, but again, the light will consume power, and I just don't want to burn through batteries like that. There's that bird. Oh no, it's a llama. Huh. Oh well, I don't care about the llama right now either. I would like to find bees. That would be a very good thing to find, because I need a bunch for hives, and you only get like one per set of bees that you gather. Ah, I missed. There we go. I don't know if you can actually be crushed by that bridge. Thankfully, I did make it in two, which is helpful. Now we're going to go back up this tower. And I think these are supposed to be radio towers, but they kind of look more like Firewatch towers to me. Which, come to think of it, is a game I would like to play at some point, is Firewatch, I think it's called. That seems like kind of an interesting one, except it is also a hallway simulator, like a walking simulator, as far as I know. I'm not sure, it might be It might be more of a puzzle game, but I haven't looked into it a lot. I just remember people liking it when it came out, and it seemed to have a pretty chill vibe, if not somewhat spooky, but it's a kind of spooky I can deal with because it's more psychological than anything else. Can now research fuel pipes. Hooray. Get out of here. New note. Is the note the one with the coordinates is the question. Balboa Island. I think... Are we on Balboa? We might be on Balboa. Anyway,
The kids are fighting. Oh, Astrid would have known how to make them stop. I found her wrench out by the clearing. I've been calling out on the radio. Please, I just want to talk, sis. Miranda is screaming outside. I just hope her and Henry make up soon.
okay, that's 2 out of 3. And I did find some tools, which I think need to go back into that first storage area where I picked up the cooler. I think it needs to go back there. But I don't fully remember. I'm just pretty sure if I stick the tools onto or into their proper places, something happens. Something happens, and I don't recall what exactly. I don't recall looking at this before. That's like at all looking at this before. That's interesting. That's done by the same guy that was just talking. And yeah, as I said earlier, he's going kind of nuts. And if I can find a particular section on the island, that will further reinforce it. I just don't remember exactly where it is. So we're looking around here a little bit more. I think there is something in this back area, but that might also be a false memory, as I've just tried to jump down here before. I 100% do not recall. Maybe it was just berries? It is possible that it was just berries. There's some there. Okay. Interestingly, if you don't get berries, you get buried by the mama bear. Honeycomb. Grab that. And are there some bees around here? If there was honeycomb, I would love to find some bees. I don't suppose... Nope. I gotta actually get attacked by a swarm here. I'm just surprised that I haven't run into any swarms yet. It feels like every time I come here, there should be a crap ton of them. And now, for whatever reason, there's just not. And that's kind of frustrating. I know they exist, but where? That is the question. Maybe down here if I go explore a little bit. Nope, I don't think I was supposed to come down here. What with the floating tree and all. Can I chop it down? Nope, this is not one of the chopped down ones. Okay. Some of them are, which is pretty cool. They're just harder to find. At least up here, most of the choppable trees are on the small islands. They're the little palm trees, because you can get coconuts from them and then replant the coconuts if you don't eat them instead. They're not quite as useful for me because I put so much time and effort into making my raft with all of those nets on the front, the collection nets, which means I'm never really running out of resources, which is excellent. It's a huge boon to not run out of stuff. Like, even when I went back a little while ago, you saw I didn't have wood, but my collection nets had quite a bit of wood. So I was able to be spared going all the way back down looking for things. Or having to leave the island and come back, which would have been even worse. Let's see, Relay Station 6 should be over here. And I think there's going to be another bear up here. So I'm getting my bow ready now. Either a bear or... oh, bees. There we go. Gimme. Ugh. Gimme. Gimme. Why can't I grab these stupid bees? Okay, well, we're going to try and pick this up. Maybe that'll aggro them and make them come down. Grab it. There we go. And there should be another one right over here. Come, bees. To me. Hooray. Ooh, I got more than one bee jar. That's excellent. Okay. The difficult part really is if you run out of bees, there's no way to get more. I mean, you have to leave the island, despawn it, and then come back later. And it's such a massive time drain that it is questionable whether it's even worth it. Because although it's not a great fuel source, you can just use planks. And that's nice. It's not nearly as efficient, and you can't just have the large vat being produced. Alright. We're going to continue around here. I think the bear might be up this slope as opposed to down. I thought there was supposed to be something around that couch, but I guess not. That's okay. It is not the end of the world. I went the wrong direction for a moment, but we are still good. Oh, good, more bees. But I'm pretty sure this is where the other bear is, because I remember him hounding me while I'm trying to collect. If I'm lucky, I'm wrong. That would be the best case scenario here. Okay, more bee jars. That's good. Ooh, I got a lot of bees from that. So very, very helpful. I don't think I've ever actually gotten 5 from a single swipe before, so that's huge. I absolutely appreciate, though, that the game doesn't make you craft these jars. Just if you catch the bees, you get them in jars. And when we were going through Forager, that was kind of a pain in the butt for me. Since I wasn't paying much attention to sand, I was actually constantly in need of jars to capture things, which was a massive pain in the butt. There's a bear. Okay. Get him. Get him. Get him. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Nope. There we go. Okay. And I think I should be able to just get all of my arrows back. Yeah, there we go. Aside from the ones that I missed. I'm not sure where I put those. But they shouldn't be too far away. There's one... I think I may have only missed one shot, to be honest. My bow did break, though. So we're going to put the new one in. Thankfully, I made a second. It makes life a lot easier when you're prepared like that. I don't think there's anything up there. This may have just been a dead end for the bear or way down. I think down there is another way down, like a way around the back. And it should take me back to where the mama bear is. But I don't need that at the moment. So we're going to continue up towards Relay Station 6. And I think there's actually another bear here. So it was important that we actually got the machete, this scrap signpost sword that we've got, because coming up the way towards that Relay Station 6 is completely blocked off by vines, and for whatever reason, our axe will not work to chop them down. It can chop down trees, but not some very simple vines, apparently, which is silly in and of itself. But we gotta go with game logic, so we can't move them aside, and we can't chop them down with a stone axe. We can't pull them. We can't use them. We just have to chop them with the machete, the scrap metal machete. That, for whatever reason, we could not conceptualize without finding a blueprint for it. Who would have thought a sharp piece of metal was a difficult concept? Okay, so we're here. We chop the vines. And we can continue on. I kind of wanted to make a shovel too, because there is stuff you can dig up. But, yeah, like these. I did not really have the resources for it, nor was any of the things that we could dig up important enough to warrant it.
Papa made his mind up a long time ago. He's going after Auntie. Miranda is following, as always.
So you might have heard, if that was loud enough for you, it's the same guy doing a voice as Bruno. Because every one of the people that he's talking about is a puppet or a split personality he's made because he's been going nuts for so long. There is actually a place on the island here where you can find them like gathered up around a fire.
Oh, they're hiding something. Did they figure out there's only space for 2 of them on the boat? I've decided. I leave the triplets in charge of the remaining relay stations. Bobby will take care of the bears. Yes, it's for the best. So many memories of this place. We'll find you, sis. I promise.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going up first. I think there might be some supplies up on the roof here. No, because I can't get up there. Okay. Well, I tried. I looked around the back. Now, this is... Oh, wrench. This is one of the places where we can pick up another character to play. This fellow.
Buddy, yeah, could you be an angel and help me out a bit? I know you big... Oh, man. I would have been a goner without you. Tip for future me. Bears are not cuddly.
You don't say.
Say, you wouldn't be a rafter, would you? If you need some muscle on board, look no further. All right, yeah. Leave the heavy lifting to me.
So he and basically everyone actually that you can actually meet like this are just different player skins that you can get, basically. And they weren't originally in the game. It wasn't until significantly later, maybe once it was completed, that they actually got added in as an afterthought. That's why you technically have to help them out, but you don't have to do anything with them. Fuel tank, yay. Okay. 3, 2, 1, 1. Okay. Having gotten all of that, I think... Yeah, Caravan Town is next. But we do have all of these tools now, so I think I might go back to the shed and just try and place those. Because there is like supplies or something, I think, that we get when we do that. And I would like to. That would be helpful. Plus, I just kind of want to more than anything. That's the major issue here, is I just want to. I don't like leaving too many things unfinished. There are some that I can't avoid not finishing for whatever reason. They might take a lot of time, or they might be a real pain in the butt to search for. So when that happens, I will do my best to ignore the frustrations and just continue on. Let's see. I'm running really low on food here. Oh, I do have this. Okay. I'm going to save that, though, because I'm not in dire straits yet. And really, because I'm exploring still, once I get to the point where I need to eat that, I will be needing to head back to the ship anyway, and so I'll need the extra energy for that. So we're just going to continue as if it's not there. So we have an emergency ration. Now, question is, I think if I go this way, because the question is, how do I get back down to my ship and to the... Whoa! Forgot you were there. There we go. Thankfully, as long as I get back to my raft with all of these bears, I do have enough meat for a while. They are surprisingly filling. I would also like to make some armor, but I've forgotten how to make it. There might be something else I need to look for. Maybe it was that wool or the fur or whatever it was. There are some things that we need to buy from larger islands. There are little additions and things that need very specific coinage for. And it's actually kind of a pain in the butt, because you need to have collected enough junk that you can turn it into junk cubes. You then use those cubes as a... Whoa! Don't... Oh, that's Mama Bear. Okay, we're good. As long as we don't bother her, she's busy eating berries for a while. But you need to compact all of the excess junk that you don't need into trash cubes. You use those trash cubes to buy special bait, and then the special bait is used to fish up unique fish that you can't get any other way, which are then sold for yet another currency. Come on, get out of here. So it's kind of a roundabout process to get some of these things, but they are powerful enough that they are worth it. If you've ever seen... Sorry. If you've ever seen Josh from Let's Game It Out, he broke the game in tremendous ways using one of those items called the decoration plank, which is meant to just be a cheap way to add on details and things that you otherwise couldn't ordinarily get. It's basically just a stretch of wood that you can place anywhere. But as it turns out, that wood also has collision, meaning you can walk on it and it can push you. So you can just skip entire parts of the game by letting it clip you inside walls and things, which is pretty hilarious, and I think that the devs left it in. I don't think they bothered to patch it. It's even, if I remember correctly, used as advertising for the game on the Steam page. Like, it's one of the main pictures is Josh's giant plank tornado, which I always find hilarious. He's gotten a surprising number of pictures used as advertisements for Steam games because of how he breaks them. And it looks like it takes just 12 eternities in order to accomplish some of the things he does. It makes me wonder if he actually does things legitimately, or if he does things off camera, like he patches them in. Because I can't imagine putting in enough time to even gather the resources to build what he does, let alone the time to actually build it, which is an enormous undertaking in and of itself, it seems. And honestly, it's funny enough. I don't think anyone would care if he did, but yeah. I don't remember where I was going with that. Oh, yeah, so he has gotten a surprising number of his weird creations featured, including Satisfactory. He has another conveyor belt tornado that he made in Satisfactory that is stored as an advertisement for their game. SOS. That's a different beach on the way down, which means I think my raft is on the other side of the island here. I am almost out of water too, which is not great, to be honest. I thought I got more, but I guess maybe I didn't. The cool thing is there are a couple of different ways up on this island, and I think this is the one that leads towards the llama, which is why I don't see it very often. Oh, nope, that's a dodo. Okay, we're going back to the ranger station quickly. And that'll be kind of the last thing we have to do on the island here. After we finish up with these stupid bears that are still bothering me. There we go. Well, I mean, they'll make nice biofuel soon enough. The heads especially are a great source of fuel. Where's the relay station? They convert very nicely this way, I guess. So even those shark heads that we used for, or that we get from killing Grace, those also get turned into a source of fuel, which is good because you end up accumulating quite a few or just tossing them. It's only funny as a gag for so long before you're like, okay, now I just have 80 shark heads sticking around my raft and nothing to do with them at all. Let's see. Ranger station should be to the right. Yes. There we go. Oh, maybe that's where the light bulb is, the little campsite. Okay. Let's see. Bandsaw, hammer, wrench. There we go. It was just a note? Okay, well, whatever. We're done with this island, I think. I thought there was more to it than that, but I guess not. Yeah, I'm out of water. I need to get back right away. Uh-oh. 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 Okay, we're fine. I didn't die. We're good. We're good. We're okay. Nothing broke. We almost broke, but thankfully nothing did. That was a very fortunate survival that we were able to slide down the side. I did not think we would be able to accomplish that in one piece. It was accidental, but I still didn't think we'd be able to do it in one piece. Alright, there's junk over here, but I don't need that scrap. I think this is the way to get back to the raft. I just go through here. And I'm pretty sure this is everything that we could acquire from this island. It was mainly the fuel for the engines. Well, the fuel and the pipes. So we have the fuel producer now. And we've got the we've got the pipes and we've got the fuel storage, which is awesome because it means that we don't need to use an entire thing of fuel in order to keep rolling. My ear is ringing all of a sudden and I don't like that. Sorry, excuse me. Because usually when you use the biofermenter, the biofuel processor, you get canisters of biofuel that you can throw into the engines. But unless they're completely drained, it's inefficient to use them because they whatever's left will just be considered a loss. Grace, go away. I didn't even think she was still here, to be honest. Okay, water, yay. But when you've got the fuel storage and the pipes, you pipe the fuel into the storage, and then the storage meets out the correct amount to the engines. It is tremendously helpful. Which, first things first, let's research the bees. There we go. And the fuel pipe, good. Fuel tank, beehive. Excellent. Okay. So we're going to turn this around because I need a little bit of space out that way. Like we need to get away from this island. And it should automatically be putting us this way, to be honest. So that sail is just helping out a little bit. And I need this to point the other way. I'm pretty sure. I think. All of a sudden, I don't remember which way I'm supposed to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of drift a little bit and see which direction I need to face. But I think if I'm facing this way, it should push me towards all the junk in the ocean. I think. That is a problem with playing this only every once in a while, is I completely forget some of the basics from week to week there. Honey. Yeah, so it's glass and the honeycomb itself. Okay. Healing salve will be super nice, but I don't have eggs. Wool. Yeah, see, we're right at the point where I'm needing to look into actually bringing animals on, but I don't have everything I need for that quite yet. Unfortunately enough. Those aren't cooked. Let's see about making a new smelter first. 4 planks, some scrap, and some nails. What the heck happened here? Oh, it was just a visual glitch. Okay, we're good. We're going to toss that and pick this up. Same for the beet, I guess. Just because this can be instantly consumed to learn a new decoration. Good, I am going the right way. And I don't really need the stone. I wish the seagull would lay an egg, but it does not. Let's see. I gotta put some of this away. I have enough of those. Do I have any more stone or nails in here? I do have a couple. Okay. Put the potato there for the moment. There we go. And I'll put some of this excess food away. And I do need a little bit more scrap. There we go. Smelter. So now I can come put this up here. And we have 5. Hooray. So as you can see, I ideally have 6 that I want to slot in here. And then on this side, we will eventually get a mechanical, or an electronic rather, smelter. And that's where it's going to go. Just, we don't need to do that right now. So, not that we have the things to do it right now. Alright. So, first thing I need to do is to build some beehives and the fuel refinery. Let's see. Biofuel refiner. It's plastic, plank, rope, a hinge, and a bolt. And I think we need one of each. So a hinge and a bolt. There we go. Biofuel refiner. Excellent. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I put it here, But like maybe this way? Yeah. Because I've got the engines over here. And the pipe entrances are there. What's it going to take to make a light? I am getting sick of not being able to see. This is awful. Lantern. All of it takes a lot of scrap, and I don't want to use scrap. Metal lantern, just a regular lantern. These planks and 4 scrap. Okay. I guess we're going to have to. Because I am so sick of not being able to see anything. There. It's not perfect, but it's better. Forgot I have a bed too. I can just sleep. Ooh, I'm almost dead from dehydration. Okay. Let's deal with that immediately. And we're going to need to put this salt water in here. Grace is just going nuts, man. Being on that island must have really taken its toll on her patience. I'd like to make another grill as well. I think I probably have enough for that, to be honest. Grill, middle ingot, plank, let's say it, or nail. I should be able to. And it's nice just because it stacks up a lot better than any of the other things that we have. Let's see, 6 planks. Soup is nice, but you can only get it individually. It doesn't come as a stackable thing or in a better container, which is super frustrating. Let's see, the rope and the nails. So let's make a couple more nails here. There we go. And I can just make a rope. I don't need to worry about that. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I think. Actually, let me double check this first, because I might need it for pipes or maybe the fuel tank. And I'm not really sure. Beehives, lead planks, hinge, bee jar. Oh yeah, see, that's why. 22 or 15 bee jars for 1 beehive. My goodness. Okay, I don't need it for the fuel tank, and I don't need it for the fuel pipes. Good, good, good. In that case, let's maybe prioritize this. 25 plastic and some scrap. And 2 bolts. 1, 2. There we go. Fuel tank. And does this have an in and an out? I see just the one, which is not great. And I don't think there's a way to get it out from underneath either. I'm actually going to have a little look around. Requires biofuel. Maybe I have to put the fuel in manually. I'm actually going to check because I don't remember. It has been entirely too long. So let's see here. Biofuel. No, not FF14. Raft. Biofuel. Tank. Stores between 3 and 4 cans of biofuel and can be connected to one or more machines to automatically provide them with fuel. Oh, okay. So the advanced biofuel refiner lets me do that automatically. But for now, I just have to do it manually. Okay. That is fine. I just wondered. For now, we're going to put this... Where can we put this? I guess I'll put it, like, here-ish. Yeah, because when I move this for the automated anchor instead, which will be back there somewhere, I can get rid of this anchor entirely. For now, though, we're going to put you this way so it's easier to access. Actually, I might bring you upstairs instead. Because this is where the hive is going to be. So for now, I'm just going to deal with the manual bits. Requires raw food, which is going to be that head. Because I do have a head here. I think I can put this one in too. I'm not actually going to wear it. There we go. And requires honey. And I don't think I can use honeycomb. I need to actually craft honey with glass. So where are we? Not the beehives. Honey, here we go. I thought I had more honey than this, but I guess not. Oh. I kind of want sand for glass. But we might be a little close. Grace is going to want me. We're going to skip it for now. I do still have other things that I need to do around here. So, first the glass, craft the honey. Which went... I'm not sure where, to be honest. Here it is. Okay, good. While I'm thinking about it, let's go refill the water. And we're going to put the honey in here. There we go. Now this will slowly convert into fuel. And I can take the pipes, which I have yet to make. Where are are they again? Recycler, trash can. Trash can? Oh! I might actually make this, to be honest. Plastic. Just because it will be significantly nicer not having to throw things into the ocean all the time. Here we go. Hooray. And I'll put it like right back here. That'll do. Actually. There we go. So it's like a secondary storage. I can recover things, or I can just delete them. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I'm not even sure when I got that item. But I'm glad I did. That will make things much nicer. Pipes. That's what I was doing. Fuel pipe. Okay. So we're going to go here. And then here, 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 here. And last one there. Excellent. And I'm pretty sure these aren't running, right? No, okay, good. They are surprisingly full though, which is good. All right. And then did I use those other two? Obviously I did. I don't remember on what. I did have 2 metal ingots that I used, and I don't remember what for. Guess it doesn't really matter. Next up, I want a beehive, which I had just had there. So 2 hinges, 4 clay, plastic, and planks. Hinges. Oh no, here's the ingots. Beehive. Alright, so in order to make this actually work, I do need flowers around here. Unsurprisingly, just like a beehive usually would, there needs to be flowers for it. So we're going to put this here, and I'm going to need to stop on a small island to actually get some flowers. But we have other things to do at the moment, so we're not going to worry about that. I've got about 20 minutes left in game, so we might not get to it. Oh, actually, small island coming up right there. Oh, wrong way. This way, please. So I think that has cleared the island. I'll go a little bit further out and then I'll drop anchor. Because I'm not sure how far away Grace is. What the? Oh, that's the moon. I was like, what is that in the distance? It's not a building. It's just the moon. You know, I once heard of, what was it, like Las Vegas, or it might have been Las Vegas. They had a huge power outage once, and I guess the light pollution there is so bad that when all the power went out, 911 was getting tons of emergency calls of people claiming there were aliens in the sky or weird lights they were seeing. And turns out most of them had just never seen the stars. So they didn't know they were real things. And that is tremendously hilarious to me, to be honest. Eat. And I guess I can put these beets in. Cook that. Gonna drink a little bit more. Just top myself off. How many arrows do I have? 22? Yeah, that's plenty. That'll get me to land, no problem. Gonna throw this back in here. Make sure there's enough for me on the way back. And that goes in there, that goes in there. I'm gonna put the dry brick. I need one more. Just one. What else here? Put the goo away. Put the mushrooms away. Okay. And this is gonna go get cooked. Any more up here? Yeah, there's space for that. Good. Okay. I'm going to also just finish up with cooking some of this. And then we will head out to that island. I think it should still be there. Yes. Good, good. Why am I putting food down here when I have a specific chest for food up there? I don't know. Because sometimes I'm silly. I guess that's the best reason. There we go. Put the rest of that meat up there too. Yeah, I think that's good. So, oh, we're actually going to grab this meat before I take off. That would be for the best, so that I don't run out while I'm on the island. Just need to make sure this is all nicely stocked up with planks before I go. And I still have 2 hooks, so that'll be enough. This is why I wanted a second grill. Because at times like this where I'm just trying to stock up to go exploring, it really helps with preparation time, having 2 of these running at once. I have a lot of potatoes that I can do for that, but the time that I waste just waiting for things to finish processing is agonizing. Okay. Now, put those back on. I'm going to put this one away. Good. It'd be ideal if Grace would start chewing on one of these extra pieces of wood that I left lying around. But unfortunately, she's over here instead. Let's see if we can't lure her a little bit. Oh. Okay, well, I'll leave her to it, and I'm going this way. I didn't even have to lure her. Gah. Ah, that's why I checked, just in case. Stupid shark. Scared the living crap out of me. Go away. Like, she was just chewing on the raft. She should have been occupied with that for a little bit longer. Whatever, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Slightly annoying to get jump scared by Grace of all things, but, you know, whatever. Never hurts to pick up more metal while we're here. And clay is always good. I will need glass now as well. And I think I still have a lot of copper, but just in case, I might want to pick some more up if I see it. Oh, and before I forget, I need flower seeds. Not watermelon seeds. There we go. Get rid of the yellow flowers themselves. I don't care about that. It is specifically the seeds that I'm after. And anything more than that is just a hindrance. I'll grab the white ones too, because I think I need 6 for a planter. Okay. Oh, red ones too. Okay. We have had quite a variety on this island. And I do... Oh, even black ones. Nice. Okay, okay. And blue. Okay. We're getting the whole rainbow here today. Pineapple, blue flower. This was a surprisingly good island for flowers. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. We can eat you right now. Because I have enough food, I don't need to save that for emergencies. So back down. Let's see what else we got. Stones, clay. Hopefully I'm far enough out Grace won't bother me. I think I am. I'm pretty sure I am. She only really aggroes within about 40 raft pieces of the ship. And I think I'm beyond that. I don't even know why I grabbed the seaweed. I have so much seaweed. Like, just oodle tons of it. It's really just force of habit from when I was starting to build and needed everything. So we're going to grab this. Good island for metal. There are some where it feels like I'm just being starved for it, but this is a really good island in general. Got lots of clay, lots of sand, lots of flower seeds. A good amount of scrap. I don't think there's much copper, but that's okay because I'm not hurting for copper. I'm pretty sure I have quite a bit still. Not that I recall off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure I have quite a bit still. What I'm after at the moment is more sand. I mean, like, I did clarify what I was gathering here. But the next island that we're going to, the next story island, should have more bees on it. So getting enough stuff to make jars for beehives would not be a bad idea. Not at all. Where are we? It's just garbage floating in the ocean. A little more scrap over here. We'll take this. We'll take this for darn sure. Scrap is one of those things you really can't ever have enough of. So it's a good idea to stock up when you can. Like you saw how quickly I was burning through it earlier. As soon as I needed it, I needed a lot of it. I burned through maybe two or three stacks, like pretty close to, I'm pretty sure. I needed it for nails, I needed it for pipes, I needed it for all sorts of things. And it is for that reason that I try and give everything its own chest and have them full as often as possible, so that when I need stuff, it's just there, it's available. It's such a good idea. It might be kind of a pain having to grab it all the time, but better to grab it when we have the chance than to need to go looking for it. Especially at times when you end up on a couple of islands in a row where they just don't have enough of whatever you're looking for, right? Because there have been a few islands now I've gotten off on where there's 2 pieces of metal, maybe. And it's metal ore specifically, not the copper. I mean, technically that's metal too, but it doesn't count in this case. I am 90% sure they meant to call this iron, but for logistical reasons they didn't want to. Because if I recall correctly, iron requires really high temperatures to smelt that I just don't think you could realistically get on a raft made of wood. Granted, mine is more ship than raft, but I still don't think it would function very well to say, yeah, you're smelting iron on your raft, don't worry about it. So it's just an amalgamation of metal ore of some sort that happens to work and be tremendously rust-proof. Okay. Get the clay. A little more scrap. Oh, there's more clay and sand. Good, good. And then I think we're going to have to go back real soon because I am almost done with this hook. It's about to break. And what does it take to make another one? 1 plank, 2 plastic. We can actually probably just grab stuff from up above our heads. This island spawned directly in the path of the junk we were trying to gather, which means there should be a surprising amount just kind of chilling on the water's surface. And if there is, that means it's surprisingly easy to make another hook. Yeah, see, here's a plank and a plastic. And I'm pretty sure there's another one somewhere around here. To be honest, that last piece of scrap that I was working on probably isn't even worth it. So I will grab this on my way back. Loath as I am to leave things behind, I just don't think it's really worth the time and effort it would take to craft a new hook out here. We're gonna get back to the ship. The partial ship, it's still technically not done. Grace, why don't you eat that and leave me alone? Please and thank you. Alright, let's toss this in here. We're going to raise that sail and raise this anchor. And now, I gotta start smelting things right away. Good. I need more planks. And I should probably build some more of these flower boxes too. Oh, which reminds me, I'll probably have to seal in that room to stop the seagulls from getting at it too. Okay, we'll work on that. For now, though, where is the planter box? Here we go. And then I need rope. Pick that up. Good. And I'm out of planks again. Okay. No big deal. Oops. Where? You're there. That should be enough space, I think. And plant the red ones. Good. I'm going to leave the clay up here because this is where I'll most likely need it. The sand I'll put down in this large chest of miscellaneous things for now. And do I have more need of plastic? I did burn through a little. Put the copper in there. Oh, I guess I have a lot less copper than I thought I did. Okay, well that's fine. I could save this for smoothies and things, but I am not going to. I don't even have a smoothie maker, I think. At least not yet. So it is just not all that important to me. Let's put some blue flowers here. Good. And then I'll probably leave the rest of these seeds in here for the moment. I don't have space. Oh, there's the rest of the copper. Okay. I knew I had more than that. Put those there. The clay will come up with me, and there's a plank that doesn't need to be there. Put those seeds in. Okay. And that should be okay. Let's start emptying these out. And right away, I do need to seal these in. Like, as soon as I can. Where's the roof pieces? Here we go. Oh no, it's not the roof pieces that I need. It's these floating floors. There we go. So how did I... Oh, okay, that's how. I'm like, how did I manage to get this supported? Oh yeah, because I just put a wall in the center of the room for some reason. Where is the... bones here? That's a good question. So the nearest bones are here. I just want to keep it relatively equal and nice. Relatively. It doesn't have to be flawless, but I would like it to be if I can. So bones, which means one. There's more bones here. Okay. So let's put a small horizontal pillar, a nice one right about here. There we go. Perfect. Or, you know, good enough. Might not be perfect, but it is good enough. And do I still have enough for a door? That's a good question. Need a couple more of those. So there we go. There. Now the flowers should be protected. I think. I hope. It's a real pain in the butt when the seagulls manage to get in, so we're gonna really hope that that works. I do have more refilling that I can do before I start tossing things. Just a little bit more plastic. These can still go in there. A little bit more plastic to go in here. Good. Stones to go in. Oh. In here. I think this one was the planks. Do I have more rope to go in as well? Yes, perfect. The vegetables will go up into this box for now. And then the rest of this is garbage for the moment. Okay, good. Oh, right. I needed to refill these. That's what I was going for. Because they were very, very empty. Good. Okay. Oh. And oops. Gonna put that away. Gonna put this away. Put the rest of these planks away. And apparently, I forgot to get rid of this as well. Maybe I should move this back downstairs. Oh well. For the moment, we are good, I think. And having said that, we are a little past our 2-hour mark for today. So thank you very much for joining me on Raft. Next time, we should be heading towards the next story island, which should be Caravan Town. Actually, that's a good idea. Let me put that in before we go. I'm not sure how much power I've left. Quite a bit. Okay. Three, two, 1, 1. There we go. Okay. I'm pretty sure, right? 3, 2, 1, 1. Yes. Okay. Yeah. With that, I will call it a day. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow for... What is it? Oh yeah, more Subnautica Below Zero tomorrow. But back at the regular time, about 2 hours before I would usually start Raft. I know it's a bit confusing, but I'm trying to be accessible for everyone. So yeah, have a good day. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.